From our studio located in Madison, New Jersey, this is Real Good News.
I'm like the man they call a seeker. I'm a real truth speaker, and I always cut right to the core. And you know I really ask, cause I get right to the facts and get the answer to what I'm looking for. I can pronto play a liar, I'm a tireless and quiet. I've been a theorist thinker since my youth. My motives on above ground. I've always been a bloodhound for the truth. The truth.
Welcome back to Real Good News, your local news show for Northern New Jersey. I'm your host, Georgette Castro, reminding you to please like and share our show. On this episode, we are bringing you more good news from communities across our area, including 3 special stories featuring the Madison Rotary Club, a visit to Montclair State University, and these stories.
Coming up on Real Good News, we'll take a tour of the Alice Paul House at the Alice Paul Center for Gender Justice in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I'm Steve Lubetkin.
I'm Alan Swanson, and on this episode of Real Good News, we'll tell you about Quiet Summer 2026, a community effort to reduce noise, improve air quality, and make Madison an even better place to live.
Lisa Allen is off from this episode. If you would like to support what we do, please keep watching after this episode for a link to make a tax-deductible donation. Now, here is Xavier Reed with your local news stories.
This week saw the official launch of the Morris County 250th Traveling Mural, a collaboration between the Morris County 250th Celebrations Committee, the Morris County Tourism Bureau, and the Morris County Board of County Commissioners. The mural, created by artist Dan Fenelon, is an interactive public art initiative put together in order to commemorate the places, events, and people that shaped the county throughout the past 250 years. Unveiled during the Morris County Patriots Ball at Morristown National Historic Park, the mural moves through Morris County's evolution from the Revolutionary War era to present day by using historical and cultural imagery, but it's not finished yet. As the piece makes stops across Morris County, residents and visitors will be able to take part in the project by painting sections of it. The Morris County 250 Celebrations Committee is currently working to schedule more stops for the traveling mural. Following its appearance at the annual Fishawak Festival in Chatham Borough this weekend, the mural will also be present at the Morris County Library on July 7th, where residents can learn more about how this piece was created through a discussion led by Fenelon and fellow artist Katie Dempsey. For those looking to be a part of Morris County history, this is the perfect opportunity to do so in a fun and creative way.
Welcome to Montclair State. This university has, as you can see, a beautiful place for you to study media, communication, and much more. Recently, the team from Mortenveld Productions visited Montclair State University to learn more about the school's communication, media, film, and digital arts programs. We spent the morning touring the campus and meeting with faculty and staff. During our visit, we'll learn about programs in journalism, film and television, sports communication, recording arts and production, communication and media studies, and animation and visual effects. We were impressed by the university facilities. The classroom, studios, and production spaces were modern, clean, and well-maintained. It was clear that students have access to professional equipment and learning environments that help prepare them for careers in media and communications. What also stood out was the warm welcome we received from everyone we met. Faculty and staff took the time to answer questions, share information, and explain how students gain hands-on experience while pursuing their education. As a media organization that works with students and interns, Mortenveld Production was excited to learn more about these opportunities available to future filmmakers, journalists, producers, and content creators. We would like to thank Montclair State University for its hospitality and for sharing a closer look to its outstanding academic programs and facilities.
Earlier this month, Morris County received a special acknowledgement on one of America's most well-known public broadcasters. On Wednesday, June 3rd, NJPBS aired the 8th season premiere of Drive-By History, hosted by Mendham Township resident Ken Magos. The show delves into the stories behind historic sites throughout New Jersey and New York, highlighting the connection between local history and the overall story of America. The season premiere, titled The Worst Winter of the Revolution, 1779 through 1780, takes an in-depth look at the Continental Army's encampment at Jockey Hollow of Morristown during one of America's harshest winters. During their time in Jockey Hollow, General George Washington and his troops endured snowstorms, extreme cold, disease, and food shortages in order to ensure America's independence. Both Magos and Morris County Commissioner Director Stephen Shaw, along with Sarah Nybart, Executive Director of Morris County's 250th celebrations, have noted the importance of bringing attention to the critical role Morris County played during the American Revolution. Following its premiere on NJPBS, the episode is now available to stream on pbs.org and can be found by following the link shown on your screen.
Some of us have an old bicycle sitting in a garage or basement. For many people around the world, that same bicycle can mean transportation, education, and opportunity. That is the mission of Pedals for Progress, a New Jersey-based nonprofit organization that has been changing lives since 1991. The group collects used bicycles and sewing machines across the United States and ships them to trusted partner organizations in developing countries. There, the bicycles and machines are repaired, sold at affordable prices, and used to help local people build businesses, travel to work, attend school, and support families. Over the years, Pedals for Progress has recycled more than 173,000 bicycles and more than 7,000 sewing machines. That means less waste in landfills and more opportunities for people who need reliable transportation and tools. On May 31st, members of the Madison Rotary Club welcomed Pedals for Progress President Alan Schultz. He spoke about the organization's work and how a donated bicycle can help change someone's life. Let's hear from Alan.
My name is Alan Schultz. I am president of Pedals for Progress. Pedals for Progress is a New Jersey nonprofit corporation that collects used bicycles and sewing machines, and we send them to developing countries all around the world. So I have been part of the organization for a little over 5 years now, up at the at the upper executive levels. I've been a volunteer with the organization since I was in high school, actually. So that's going back around 15 years now. So I've been with Pedals for Progress for quite some time. But the organization itself is actually going on our 35th year. So we were founded in 1991. And to date, we have sent 170,000 bicycles all around the world, including 7,000 sewing machines around the world as well. So today we're here with the Madison Rotary Club. They've been doing a fantastic job collecting bikes. We're about 45 or 47 bicycles or so. The Madison Club collects bikes for us annually. Here is Paul, lead organizer with the club here today. Yeah.
Hey there, folks. Yeah, I've been involved with Pedals for Progress for a number of years. It's a great organization. Well, how many bikes? Must be many thousands of bikes.
Yeah, over the years, 170,000 bicycles, and then for the year, we do about 3,000 per year at this rate, yes.
And this is the Madison Rotary's second year, and we love doing it.
It's a wonderful organization, yeah.
Yep.
And Pedals for Progress, yeah, we partner with various clubs like the Rotary Club. We do wide ranges of churches and religious organizations, recycling groups, really any kind of group or organization that wants to do a grassroots event, work in their local community, and give back to an international cause. Pedals for Progress is a great champion for that and make great partnerships.
The Madison Rotary Club also hosted a community shredding event on the same day. Residents brought all documents to be safely destroyed and recycled. Events like this help protect people from identity theft while also encouraging responsible recycling. The shredding event is another example of how Rotary clubs serve their communities. Rotary members support local projects, educational programs, charitable causes, community improvements, and humanitarian efforts both locally and around the world.
This year, Morris County is upholding an impressive financial evaluation. Once again, Morris County's economic strength and prudent financial management were recognized as Moody's Ratings and S&P Global Ratings awarded Morris County a AAA bond rating after conducting their annual review of county finances. This marks the 51st consecutive year that the county has received the highest possible rating from both fiscal agencies. This year's evaluation included a review of an anticipated $46.4 million in general obligation bonds. The high ratings affirmed expectations that Morris County will continue to be economically stable with strong financial operations and healthy reserves. Additionally, the ratings allow Morris County access to more favorable financial resources. This ultimately saves taxpayers substantial dollars and interest fees when the county or participating local governments must borrow for major infrastructure projects, as noted by Commissioner Deborah Smith, who serves as chair of Morris County's Budget Committee. Smith's comments emphasize that these positive ratings benefit all residents of Morris County.
At the morning meeting on Thursday, June 4, the Madison Rotary Club presented 2 sets of awards to the Madison High School students. First, the Laws of Life essay contents presented a broad question to students to write about in their essays, and the students could then pick a particular topic to focus on. The club was pleased to honor 8 awardees for their outstanding work. The second set of awards were scholarships presented to 10 very deserving seniors. For years, Barry Kroll ran the club's scholarship programs, and earlier this year, he passed away. To honor him, the club is now calling these awards the Madison Rotary Barry Kroll Memorial Scholarships. The Rotary motto is "Serve above self," and these 10 awardees exemplify that principle. It was a pleasure for the club to welcome all award recipients and their families for this special meeting.
Last month, Morris County took part in not one, but 2 important annual observances. During the Morris County Board of County Commissioners public meeting on Wednesday, May 27th, proclamations were presented for Mental Health Awareness Month and Older Americans Month, both of which are annually observed during May. It was especially fitting that the 2 observances share a month this year, with Champion Your Health being the 2026 national theme for Older Americans Month. Among the recipients of the proclamations were Kristen Hellier, Director of Morris County's Office of Aging, Disabilities, and Community Programming, and Victor DeVito, Chair of Morris County's Mental Health Addiction Services Advisory Board. Other recipients included Shauna Bailey, Rhea Young, and Amy Archer. Additionally, Nancy Olson, Dorothy Taylor, and Leanne Davis were recognized for their contributions to Morris County programs that benefit older residents. Overall, the meeting provided the perfect setting to acknowledge the hard work of those behind some of Morris County's important initiatives, while emphasizing the positive community impact that these services have. For Real Good News, I'm Xavier Reed.
And now it's time to hear from our good friend, Kate Cherichello Tente from HealthyInTheGardenState.com.
When we talk about health, we're talking about whole health, beyond the physical body to confidence, connection, and a sense of belonging.
Across New Jersey, a variety of programs are helping young people build those skills in meaningful, lasting ways.
Today, we step into 2 of them, one centered in movement, the other in the arts, each showing just how powerful that impact can be.
In New Jersey, there are many different ways to support our health and well-being. We're exploring the people, places, and resources helping all of us live healthier, more connected lives. This is Healthy in the Garden State.
The Miracle Project is a creative arts program for children and adults with neurodiversity, and it's a music, dance, drama program that started here at MPAC in 2017. We brought the program from Los Angeles. The Miracle Project program was established there by a woman named Elaine Hall. The program is all about meeting the students where they're at. It's a relationship-based program, so it's all about going into their world instead of telling kids what not to do. That's something that they hear all day long.
Each time we meet with the girls, it's a different life lesson. So we meet with them twice a week for 8 weeks. We talk about gossiping, bullying, standing up for yourself, being a girl of your word, choosing what's best for your heart, what you think is best for you. All the things that girls are dealing with right now. And then running is the vehicle we use to teach them goal setting. So
We are grateful for Kate's work and invite you to check out healthyinthegardenstate.com at the end of today's show. And now here's Steve Lubetkin from State Broadcast News, who spent some time at the Alice Paul House in Mount Laurel.
If you've seen the Broadway musical Suffs, you may have learned a little something about one of the leaders of the women's rights movement in the early part of the 20th century, a woman named Alice Paul. But one thing you probably didn't learn from this upbeat musical history lesson is that Alice Paul was a Jersey girl, and she grew up on a farmstead that still exists in Burlington County, New Jersey. If you have an opportunity for a day trip to South Jersey, you might want to stop in at the Alice Paul Center for Gender Justice in Mount Laurel Township. It's on Hooten Road, and it's open to the public to tell the story of Alice Paul, one of the leading suffragists of the early 20th century. The Alice Paul Center for Gender Justice has preserved Paulsdale, the farm where Alice lived with her family before leaving for college. Exhibits at the Alice Paul Center show the evolution of the early suffragist movement and its efforts to pass the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution that gave women the right to vote. Visitors can tour the farmhouse where Alice grew up and visit several points of environmental interest on the 18 acres of farmland that still remains part of this historic site. There's even a free self-guided audio tour of the Paulsdale grounds. Mary Kimport, a volunteer lecturer at the Alice Paul Center, says Alice's commitment to gender equality started early.
The significance of Alice Paul is she is a woman who came from an ordinary background, who very early in her life became committed to the idea of equality of men and women. What she saw as the easiest way to correct social ills, to improve the lot of poor people, was for everyone, men and women, to have the vote, because vote affects social change.
Kimport says it was when Alice went to study in England and became exposed to the British suffragist movement that she realized what her life's work was going to be.
Early in her life, she was exposed to the suffrage movement through her mother, but when she studied in England, she became more deeply entrenched in it, and it became more and more important to her. She decided this was what she was going to dedicate her life to.
The center's one of a very small number of historic sites in the U.S. that specifically honor a woman's achievements.
One thing, the Alice Paul Center for Gender Justice is one of only 4% of monuments in the United States dedicated to women and women's history. We are not just a museum, and we're not just here to talk about the past. We do presentations and events and virtual events to help people learn about, again, the concept of ordinary equality, how you reach ordinary equality, and how to keep people engaged in a civic sense. One of our biggest missions is to engage children and teenagers and help them learn ways that they can advocate for themselves and their communities, and how important it is for us all to be involved in our communities. And that's a big part of what the Alice Paul Center does now.
The center's open for visitors on Thursdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are reserved for school and tour groups, and the center is closed on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You can learn more at alicepaul.org. From the Alice Paul Center for Gender Justice in Mount Laurel, I'm Steve Lubetkin. Georgette, back to you.
Now let's turn to Alan Swanson, who is hoping for a nice, quiet summer.
Today, I want to tell you about a very positive initiative taking place right here in Madison, New Jersey, the home base for real good news here in the wonderful Madison Public Library. The Madison Environmental Commission and Shade Tree Management Board have launched Quiet Summer 2026. The program is a voluntary initiative encouraging residents to reduce the use of gas-powered leaf blowers during the summer months. The program encourages homeowners to request that their landscapers avoid using gas leaf blowers from June through September. The Madison Environmental Commission has created a letter in English and Spanish for homeowners to send to their landscapers. The letter includes the following content. Please do not use a gas-powered leaf blower on my property during the months of May, June, July, August, and September. You can leave grass clippings on my lawn to make it healthier. End quote. But the letter also requests that blowing on sidewalks or drives should be done by an electric blower. The Madison Environmental Commission describes just a few of the benefits of quiet summer. They include birds will thank you. Noise interrupts the bird's ability to sing, mate, and announce danger. Children will thank you. Children are more susceptible to the health hazards of the air pollutants emitted by gas leaf blowers. In addition, the high noise levels can be very harmful to the maturing hearing of children. Fireflies will thank you. One reason that the fireflies are not here as much is they spend much of their first 2 years in the soil or under the leaves. Many other essential insects require leaf covers for their existence as well. Your lawn will thank you. The Madison Environmental Commission points out that hurricane-force winds of the leaf blowers strip the lawn of organic matter that nourishes your lawn. Leaving the grass clippings helps fertilize the lawn without expense or environmentally damaging fertilizers. This morning, I spoke with the leadership of the Madison Environmental Commission, and there's really great news. The Quiet Summer 2026 initiative is also being initiated in Morris Township, Chatham Township, and Chatham Borough. I recently gave a presentation here in Madison based on my commentary from last year on the elimination of gas leaf blowers. During the presentation, the issue of the controversies surrounding the calls for banning gas leaf blowers came up. My response regarding the lack of progress in removing these dangerous machines from our neighborhoods is twofold. First, could someone, anyone, provide us with an environmental or health benefit derived from the use of these machines? Second, why hasn't a ban on these machines happened across the state already? While opinions may differ, how quickly change should happen, programs like Quiet Summer 2026 show us that progress does not always require mandates. Sometimes it starts with neighbors working together, homeowners making informed choices, and communities taking small steps that add up to meaningful results. Whether it's quieter mornings, cleaner air, healthier lawns, or simply creating a better environment for children, birds, and wildlife. This initiative demonstrates how local action can make a real difference. Here's hoping Madison enjoys a quieter, healthier, and more beautiful summer in 2026. For Real Good News, I'm Alan Swanson.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Real Good News. Please join us when we return with another episode on June 21st. Until then, I'm Georgette Castro with a reminder that real good news is worth sharing.
Now, Allah is halfway around the world. For the truth can put on its pants. Tell the truth. So my mission without fail is helping you prevail. You got to give the truth a fighting chance. Tell the truth. Beauty is truth, truth is beauty, and it's my civic duty to always write a reality. More than love, money, fame, more than rip on your good name.
Let me tell you something else about the truth. It will
Set you free on the road to truth you take. There's only two mistakes. Don't go all the way or don't even stop. Now sometimes truth is pain.